Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and happy December. It is officially the best time of year. It is officially December, it is officially Christmas, and in this video I thought I'd give you a couple of little Christmas gift ideas, whether you're a person buying for someone or whether you're a reader yourself and you need stuff to put on your Christmas list. I've got over 20 ideas written down on my phone, so if you don't have anything on your Christmas list now, hopefully you will by the end of this video. So the first thing is book sleeves. Now, book sleeves, you're probably thinking, what's a book sleeve? These are the most convenient, helpful things I actually own in my life. A book sleeve is a little sleeve, basically, that you can pop your book into, and then when you put it in your bag, it prevents the book from getting damaged. I found that when I don't use a book sleeve, my corners can get bent. I've spilt like milkshake all over my book before, and just little things like that. And with a book sleeve, it can stop damage to your books, which arguably I know that a lot of people like their books looking perfect. I'm one of them people where I don't mind a little battered up book, but I don't really want the corners bending. I don't want anything spilt on it and stuff. And also it's just nice and neat to put it in your bag because you can also use it as like a little annotation case. I know that a lot of people use tabs, pens and everything, so you can just sort of slot that in your book sleeve as well. So it keeps everything together and keeps your book protected, which, what more could you want? I love a book sleeve. And also there's such a range of different colours, patterns, materials. You can get crochet ones, you can get felt ones. Literally you can personalise it to your taste, just depending on what you want. I feel like they're just such a perfect gift for someone. I've got 3 of them, which is a little bit excessive, but again, I use them every single day and they are honestly one of the best things that I own. Number 2 is Bookish tote bags. Now, we all know and love a tote bag. We all use them pretty much nearly every day. I own so many tote bags to the point where it is, again, a little bit excessive. You can actually get some that are either about reading in general, so one of them, for example, that says read more books, or you can also get some that are specific to different series or books that you've actually read. So I've got 3 ACOTAR tote bags for the ACOTAR series. Do I need 3? No. And I've also got ones that are based just off of reading alone. I've got one that says read more books and one more chapter, and just little cute quotes like that just based on reading alone. But obviously, as I said, you can get them for reading in general, or you can get them personalised to your favourite book or your favourite series. Now this next one speaks for itself. Gift cards. As a reader, I adore getting gift cards, and you don't even have to tailor it to a certain bookstore. I've received Waterstones gift cards in the past, I've received the Works gift cards in the past, but you could also just get someone an Amazon gift card, because then they don't have to spend it on books, but they most likely will. That way they can just sort of buy whatever they want to buy, but obviously it will most likely go on books, and it makes someone excited to go out and buy new books, especially around Christmas time, because there's new books that get released in the new year that I'm like, right, I've got a gift card, but then that book will then represent your gift to them. Now this next one is one that's actually on my Christmas list this year, one that I actually really want, because I've never owned one before. I feel like it will be a great addition to my little collection, and that is a book stamp or a book embosser. You can basically personalise them as you want. So for example, you can put Ella's library or your name's library or Ella's book club, for example, and you can get it either in a stamp with ink, and you can just stamp it on the front of your book as if an actual library would, or you can get an embosser, which basically, I don't even know how to describe it, but you sort of like clamp the page down and it like folds the page in a way that it prints your name, for example, without using ink. And I just think they are so lovely to personalise your library if you're a book collector as well, and if you're one that doesn't really throw your books away. Like, I'm definitely going to keep every single one of my books, because when I move out I want like a really big library. So I think, imagine all of my books sat on my bookshelf just with like Ella Rose Reads Library on it. Like, that is so cute. I really want one of them. So hint hint, people watching this video that know me, I want a book stamp or a book embosser. Thank you very much. And it's just a way to make them your own. If you do end up giving your books away or chucking them in a charity shop or something, someone's going to know that that came from you. I think that's just nice. It shows like the history of where the book's been and stuff. Now the next few are Kindle related books. So first of all, obviously a Kindle case. If you know what specific Kindle someone has, then you can obviously get a case for that. I feel like the trend at the moment with Kindle cases is getting a clear case and putting stickers in it, which obviously leads me to my next point, which is bookish stickers. If you get someone a clear case and some stickers, you can sort of tailor the stickers to what they like. Obviously you can get bookish related ones in general, or you can get specific series. So I've got some ACOTAR stickers, I've got a Magnolia Park sticker, I've got a Shatter Me series sticker, I've even got a Formula 1 sticker, which isn't necessarily related to books, but it's just something that I really enjoy. That is going to be popped in my little Kindle case. I feel like, again, it's just nice to be able to make it your own and personalise it, and you don't even have to ruin the Kindle by doing that, because you can just slide the stickers in the case. You don't have to stick it on. Another thing is pop sockets. I personally have never used a pop socket for my Kindle. In the new year, I definitely 100% want to start using a pop socket on my Kindle. I see everyone everyone with their little pop socket holding their Kindle, and I just think it just looks really, really lovely and really, really nice. Definitely can't wait to start using one of them. But you can get, again, a range of different colours, a range of different patterns, a range of different shapes. Ones that I really like are the little flower ones. They're like little plastic flowers, and they look really cute just like propped on the back of a Kindle. So I definitely think that is a good idea to get someone with a Kindle. Another thing that Riley actually got me for my birthday this year is a Kindle remote and an arm. That might sound a little bit confusing, but basically you can put your Kindle in this arm, clip it to your bed, and then set up this Bluetooth remote so you don't actually have to sit and hold the Kindle, which arguably, yes, is the laziest thing in the world, because reading on a Kindle is so convenient anyway. But when you're cold and you just want to like hold the blanket up to you and you don't want to keep like tapping the screen and your fingers are freezing, it's nice to just have like a little remote and it will just turn the page for you, which is so convenient. And arguably it makes me read longer and quicker, because it's just easy to just sort of keep going and going and going, and then you don't realise how much you read because you're not physically pressing or turning the page. If Kindles couldn't get more convenient, now they have. This one obviously does also speak for itself. I'm not going to go too much into it, but cozy blankets. We love a cozy blanket over here on the Ella Rose Reads channel. I love it. Just to sit and cozy up, get your book out, get your little blanket on. I feel like it's just nice, because obviously blankets aren't really necessary to a reader when it's not really a bookish related gift, but it is nice, and I feel like most readers just love a fluffy blanket or fluffy socks or something fluffy to just live in. For example, my next point is oodies. I am obsessed with my oodie or oodie. I don't know how to pronounce that word, but it is the warmest, most lovely thing. I've got the official one from Oodie because I did a collaboration with them, but I'm not just saying this, obviously I did do the collab with them, but I highly, highly recommend getting the Oodie. And if you do want to get one from the official website, you can use Ella Rose Reads 35 for £35 off your order. Little promo, that was not meant to be in it, but it is convenient. Now this next one, obviously you're probably thinking this is the most obvious gift to get a reader ever. But bookmarks. Again, it's one of them things, I'm going to keep repeating myself throughout this video. You can really personalise it to someone's taste. And some of my favourites, I follow this really cutesy little bookmark shop from Etsy, and it's called Fleurs on Sunday. And I've made 3 orders from her so far because I just absolutely love her new designs. I love the bookmarks. They're really, really cute. Some of them are personalisable. Some of them are just standard bookmarks. You can get them with a tassel, you can get them without a tassel, and really tailor them to what you like. They're just really, really cute. But obviously if these ones are not for you, there's so many different stores out there, so many different shops, especially on Etsy. They have the cutest little designs, and obviously if you can support a small business, it's probably better too. The next idea is bookish candles. I personally would love some bookish candles. As I said, you can get ones that are like one more chapter, or, you know, a quote about reading in general, but you can also get ones that smell like your main favourite characters, if that makes sense. So it will be like, this candle smells like Rhysand, this candle smells like Aaron Warner, and obviously it doesn't, because they are fictional men, but it is honestly just the funniest thing. Or it's like, light this if you love Aaron Warner, for example, and then you light it because you love him. Like, that is just such a good idea. And again, it's a nice way to buy someone a candle while personalising it to their favourite hobby at the same time as well. And obviously all readers love candles. We love candles, we love blankets, we just love all things cozy. Obviously you don't have to get personalised one, just candles in general is a great idea and a great recommendation. But obviously if you can get one that's specific to a series or their favourite book or anything like that, that will probably give you even more brownie points. This is another one that is cozy vibes, not necessarily book vibes. Oh, I guess it is kind of book vibes, but anyone can use them. They're the pillows that sit at your headboard, where you sort of get like a little bit here, and it comes up really high, so you can just sort of sit and read on it. Obviously we do just shove pillows behind us, we just read in bed as normal, but it is nice to have like a little bit more support on your back, because then you can use it in bed and on the sofa, for example. It's just nice to be able to have like a little bit better posture when I'm reading. Sometimes I'm reading for hours and my back is killing me. Yes, I have my reading chair, yes, I read throughout the house, but it is nice to just be able to sit up in bed and not smack my head on my headboard, because I have done that countless times and it's not very nice. Which again leads me to a beanbag. I will link the specific beanbag that I've got down below. It is honestly the most comfortable thing, but obviously you don't have to get that specific one. You can get any beanbag or any reading chair that's specific to you. Obviously it is more on the pricey side, so if you live with that person or if you are a parent of that person, this will probably be a great idea for you. I think if you are willing to spend like a little bit more money on someone, a good reading chair or a reading beanbag would be amazing. The next one, another one that I haven't really tried but I definitely want to, is a blind date with a book. And if you've never heard of a blind date with a book before, it's basically a book that's wrapped up and on it is a specific description of that book. So it's a way to not judge a book by its cover, and to buy someone that you don't actually know what you're buying them, but you're buying them based off of the description, which is cool. Obviously there is a risk of buying them a book that they've already got, so it is a little bit hard. But if you know that person and you know that they haven't really got a big book collection or they've got a very specific book collection, then a blind date with a book is a great idea, and you could get one for each of you and you could end up buddy reading that book together. I think that is the cutest little idea. And along with that, a lot of the blind dates with a book, if you get like a little box that it comes with annotating supplies as well. Obviously it depends on where you get them from, but some of them come with tabs, some of them come with little pens and stuff. Annotating supplies as well, whether you get it with blind date with a book or if you just get it separately, are a great gift idea for those of you that want to either start annotating or are an avid annotator. I definitely enjoy tabbing my favourite parts of books and stuff, so I'm always open to getting more tabs. And of course pens as well. I feel like everyone loves them zebra mild liner kind of pens. I think I've never tried them personally myself, but they do look really, really nice, and they also look really, really nice like in your room as well. But obviously any pens would be very, very good as well. This is another one where it's like, if you don't mind spending a little bit more money, then this gift will probably be perfect, and that is a book subscription. Again, it's one of them things that I've never really had before. I've never had my own one, but I've definitely known other people to pay for like 3 months of a book subscription to someone. The only one that's come into mind at the moment is Book of the Month. I feel like if you watch other booktube videos, you've definitely heard about Book of the Month, so I won't go too much into it. So someone goes through and reads more like unknown books, not popular ones, and it's just a great way to find new niche books that you wouldn't pick up in a bookstore, and books that you've never really heard of before, and that gets delivered to your door, and then you can just read them whenever. They just get added to your collection. And if you do want to buy a book subscription for someone, I think there is like a thing where you can buy a certain amount of months or a year's worth of it, and then if they want to choose to carry on the subscription, then obviously they can. It's just a nice present. It's something a little bit different that some people probably wouldn't really think of. This is another one where it could potentially get a little bit pricey, obviously depends on where you get it from, but Bookish sweatshirts. There's a certain store that I would absolutely adore a Bookish sweatshirt from, but shipping to the UK is just way too expensive, so I'm gonna wait for it to potentially go down or something. All the American girlies are obsessed with Threaded by Sabrina sweatshirts, and also just other Bookish sweatshirts as well, but I feel like Sabrina just does these really, really cute designs, little pastel colours, and they're specific to certain book series as well. Go on Etsy and type in like something something book sweatshirt, and you will get hundreds and hundreds of results. They can work out a little bit pricey, but obviously it depends on what your budget is. If you're buying for your significant other or your child or a parent or something, then it kind of is worth it. So now we are going to be talking about reading journals, and I've had 2 reading journals in the past. I just think they're a great way to keep track of your reading. To be honest, I have let mine slip just a little bit this year. I'm so behind on my reading journal. Next year I do want to make like an avid point of doing it, but I feel like the one that I had just had too much going on. There's ones that have so much detail, and there's ones with the bare minimum detail, and I feel like I need one with the bare minimum. I need the name of the book, the rating that I gave it, and my review. Whereas another one that I chose last year for my Christmas list had just a range of different things. You had to make a mood board, print things out and glue stuff in, which you don't have to do, but it just made it just pressure, and it was just a little bit overwhelming. But if you do find one that is tailored to that person, then I feel like reading journals are a great idea to track your reading. You still track stuff on Goodreads, Storygraph and all the apps and stuff, but it is nice to have like a physical form. Or you could get someone a bullet journal, which is basically just an empty journal, and they can make their own book journal out of it. But I think reading journals are a great idea, and I would love another one. I just want like a more subtle one, if that makes sense. Although I will try and find the one that I had down below, because it is a great reading journal. There was just a lot going on and I had no time to do it. The next one, which I think is a great idea, again, you can tailor to a certain individual, is bookshelf accessories. So if your loved one has a bookshelf, you can get them little things to go on it. For example, let me have a look at my bookshelf right now. I have got candles on my bookshelf that I don't like close to my books because that would be stupid, but I've also got a little jelly cat on my bookshelf, a little strawberry jelly cat, which are basically just little cutesy toys. I've also got a pot of pens, so obviously, as I mentioned earlier, the annotating supplies, you could get someone just a little cutesy pot or a jar, and they could put the pens in it, the tabs in it and everything. And also you could get someone just an empty jar to put on their bookshelf, and they can call it their TBR jar, so they can write all the names of their books down, fold them up in paper, and then pick one out every month to read. Or you can get them a little personalised sign. Obviously, because I do booktube and bookstagram and all social media, Riley actually got me a little YouTube sign last year that says Ella Rose Reads, and it lights up. Now the next one arguably isn't really useful for anything, but it is just cute and nice to have, and they are little bookish posters or little bookish polaroids, for example. I've got one that says book lovers on it. Not only am I a book lover, but one of my favourite books by Emily Henry is Book Lovers, and my friend Amy actually got it for me for my birthday, and you can use them as bookmarks, so arguably they are useful for something, but they're just nice to just have. I've got mine placed on my bookshelf right now, and obviously you can get them for most books, you can get them for most series, you can either display them on your shelf, you can use them as bookmarks. Actually, that's a good point, you could even put them in the back of your Kindle case or your phone case if you have a clear case. So put them with your bookish stickers that I spoke about earlier. And of course, speaking of phone cases, I've actually personally got a phone case with books on it. There's many ones that you can choose from, different colours, different styles, but I've got a phone case with a little bookshelf on it, and I've got a phone case with some open books. The next one is TBR cards, but obviously some people do struggle picking out their TBR, and these little TBR cards have prompts on them basically. You pick one up and it will say a fantasy book, a book with flowers on the cover, a book with a dog in it, or something like that, and it just makes it a little bit easier, a little bit more specific on helping you choose a book to read that month, that week, however you want to do it. And another one is bookish jewellery. There's some cute tiny little dainty necklaces that you can get with little books on them. You can get earrings with books on them. Just all kinds of jewellery have like little books on them. You can even get ones that represent your favourite books. So obviously they are the standard little book necklaces with like a little open book on it, or a charm bracelet or something. You can also get ones that have like the cover of your favourite book on it on a big chain or something to wear around your neck, and that is just so cute. Or of course you could get them a piece of jewellery that represents something in the book. Obviously I love the Magnolia Park series, so anything with a bumblebee on it I'm like obsessed with now, for example. Or every time I see the colour forest green, anything like this, I think of Evelyn Hugo, because it's just that vibe. So if you get something like a little dainty piece of jewellery that represents something in the book, especially obviously it will help if you've read the book, then that would be great. And last but not least, of course, we have reading lights. Now I've got a range of different reading lights. I've got my floor one that literally sits over my bookshelf, which is an absolute godsend. Obviously I sit there all the time, but it is nice when you are reading in bed or you're reading next to someone where they don't really want a big light on, where you can just get one that clips to your book. So I'll turn the light off and I'll clip my little reading light onto my book, and I got one from Amazon. It was literally less than £10. You just charge it up every now and then. I feel like the battery life lasts really long and it's really helpful. And of course you just clip it to the back of your book and you can just read and read and read, and you can see the whole page. It's also adjustable, so if you hold it down the light dims and raises and everything, so it depends on what time of day, and it's really good, and I definitely recommend getting a reading light. So if you are that individual that sleeps next to the reader, maybe you're going to get this reading light technically for yourself as well, because it's for your own sake. I do think that's it for all the bookish gift guide ideas that I have. Obviously you're going to see these in most bookish gift guide videos, but I do hope that there's a few that you probably wouldn't have thought of in there, and I hope this has helped either readers themselves with their Christmas lists, or people that want to buy for the readers, the family members, the parents, the significant others, the friends. But if you did find this video helpful, then please give it a thumbs up. Comment the one thing on your Christmas wish list down below. It doesn't have to be book related. I need more ideas for my list, so definitely let me know. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!